Peace and blessings, Yisrael. I'm over here in front of the courthouse in Ardmore, Oklahoma. I'm here to read a letter to the President, Governor, Congress, House of Representatives, and all United States government officials. We, the representatives of the nation of Israel, would like to take this time to inform all United States government officials that Yah, the King of Yisrael, the Holy One of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has come to redeem his people, to save his people from oppression and deliver us from the land of our captivities, to restore righteousness and the kingdom of Yah on this earth forever. The children of Israel, so-called African Americans, Negroes, descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, were brought to the United States of America to serve as slaves for our disobedience to our Creator. After centuries of servitude and severe oppression, Yah, the Holy One of Israel, has awakened his people, the so-called Negroes, to our true identity and heritage. Yah has raised up his servants to direct our journey back to the land of Yisrael by way of the wilderness. That's in Ezekiel 20, verses 33 through 38. Our mission is to establish order under the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yah, the King. Furthermore, to bring peace, righteousness, and stability to the earth, as well as build Yah's third holy temple in Jerusalem, upon his glorious holy mountain. Yah's word has gone forth and will be established. And in doing so, all the nations of the earth will serve Yah, the King, in peace and on one accord. As prophesied through Isaiah, the prophet, in Isaiah 49, verses 23 through 28, and Isaiah 60, verses 14 through 16, Isaiah has spoken that the nations shall submit to him. Yah has spoken that the nations shall submit to him, and through the nations he will provide the necessary things to bring out the children of Israel out of the land of our captivity. Yah raised up leaders from ancient kingdoms to support the return of the true descendants of Israel back to our native land. In the 6th century, Yah commanded Cyrus, the king of Persia, to supply the children of Israel in our return to Jerusalem. After our 70-year captivity in ancient Babylon, this is in Ezra chapter 1, verse 1 through 11. Also in the days of the king of Persia, the 5th century, Yah worked through him to support Ezra and then Nehemiah and those with them in their return to Jerusalem. Y'all, it's cold out here. These kings provided Yah's people with gold, silver, and provision in their departure to do the will of Yah. That's in Ezra 7, verses 12 to 23. The United States will be required to support Yah's people by lifting the financial captivity and economic oppression off the children of Israel, so-called Negroes. To fund those of Israel who has been called to leave America and serve Yah in the wilderness of the Red Sea, the Sinai Peninsula, Egypt, or any destination in the continent of Africa where Yah leads them. Passports should be given to those in need, and restrictions due to felonies, child support, or credit debt must be pardoned. prior to their departure from America, traveling expenses such as plane tickets, visas, housing, and other expenses must be funded to help each family establish themselves at their destination. All the children of Yisrael, so-called African Americans, who are legal citizens qualify and will be eligible for this command. Under no circumstances will the children of Israel who depart from the United States of America be required to take the COVID-19 vaccine, testings, or any vaccines of any kind. Our culture is not subject to clinical vaccinations or any pharmaceutical drugs because we depend on the Most High. Because we do not depend on medical industrial complex. We are becoming a holy nation unto Yah, and this requirement is forbidden in our lifestyle. We require the United States government to work out any agreement with the countries in the continent of Africa so that the Shemitic Hebrew Israelites, so-called African Americans, be exempt from this matter. May this commandment from the servants of Yah, the Most High, be a high priority to whom this may concern. This command to release Yah's people must be executed to the fullest extent. If not, the Most High Yah's judgment shall be heavy upon whom this may concern, and the afflictions of many generations that will come. We are the servants of Yah, the Holy One of Yisrael. All praises to the Most High Yah.